This was an incredible episode that was sweet, it had great bonding, and it ended in the worst tragedy possible. This is a difficult situation because it would appear that we've reached the point of no return with Junpei, but at the same time, will Yuji be able to get through to him? Because it's not even a matter of is a shitty person about to die or not. It's a matter of is Mahito able to manipulate an innocent kid who's been bullied and tormented into becoming a corrupt piece of shit? Or is he going to be someone who will be able to be pulled to a better side? This is a very interesting dilemma that I think the bonding sequence between him and Yuji was done exceptionally well. It was simple, it was cute. It was honestly the most innocent way that the two could have bonded. One guy who's been forced to watch far too many movies and getting punched when he zones out. Another who's had a passion for classic cinema across the years. And just having them simply bond over movies, which ones suck, which ones are good, and why they're good. And then getting to have this really great sequence with his mother, who is amazing. I thought she was hilarious. I thought she was a great mom. Getting flashbacks to the point where she's saying, you don't have to go to school. School's a small aquarium. There's bigger seas out there that you should swim in, do what you think is right. And then you see her death, and then you see what that does to him. And even before the realization that the finger was planted by Mahito as well as whatever his accomplice is, it was pretty clear that that's most likely what happened, and that it was supposed to either be framed on Yuji or was just there to simply turn him into a psychopath. And it's kind of been teeter-tottering on whether is this guy really trying to corrupt him or is he just kind of interested? And it seems like he's trying to corrupt him, and it's disappointing because it feels like the more negative things that happens to this kid, the more likely it is he's going to side with someone as twisted as this. But is there a potential way for someone as kind-hearted as Yuji to pull him away? And it still feels like it's going to be about a 50-50 split. I don't think he's going to die next week. I don't think he's going to go out anytime soon, but I do think he could go out. And I think the reason he might end up going out isn't because he sides with one or the other, it's because he's indecisive. And I think that indecisiveness and the idea that both have such a heavy influence on him, one being very positive and personal, the other kind of giving into his dark side, saying how shitty people are, I think that's going to cause him to not fully commit to either side, and whether that's Mahito killing him or that's him getting killed by taking a blow for Yuji, I don't know, but this is one of the most fascinating triangle relationships I've seen where both want this kid, but for different reasons. One being a genuine friend and the other being a toxic mentor. And that's painful. The thing that separates Jujutsu Kaisen from a lot of shows in a similar setting and genre is the way the characters have been developed and explored. The power system and the idea of curses and things like that, we've seen that idea done before. Even as cool and fleshed out as it is, that has been done. But the way they're exploring these sorcerers and these stories and these personal conflicts, I really think separates it from a lot of shows in a similar coat of paint. I think that's why it's so distinct in 2020. Why you look at it and say, this is going to stand out just as much as shows like Mob Psycho 100 did, and will continue to stand out for years to come because it has a unique flair to it. Not only just with its gorgeous backgrounds and amazing curse drawings or its animation and things like that, it's really how they're presenting characters such as Junpei and just the uncertainty that comes with them. And Yuji could have been the most okay character. I don't think he could have ever been a bad character. I think he could have been at worst an okay character who really you're fine seeing on screen, but you're always wanting to see the badass dude who gets off at 6 p.m. and if you make him work, he's actually going to use his full abilities. But no, when Yuji's on screen, I sense, initially when you look at him, his personality we've seen before, the overly positive, doesn't want to kill. But the idea of how he's so, I think, pure. I think because he's so truthful. When asked, are you a Jujutsu sorcerer? Yes. Oh shit, should I have said that? He seems like a nice guy. Yeah, eventually that type of persona beats you in the ass. And yes, you know at some point he probably will have to kill. But it's interesting to see how they're really able to use that type of persona to elevate other characters such as Junpei into being something that's so disappointingly sad. And when you get moments where you just get the family photo and the father's blurred out by the tree bush there, and you're thinking, oh, did he run away? Did he end up dead? You're not thinking, oh, the mother's gonna die. It's just, clearly he's had a pretty shitty family life if only one parent's around. And then you get the mother dying too. This kid has suffered so much that he's had cigarettes being burned into his forehead. He's had loss of now both parents. The one friend he makes is on a side that he's told not to really trust but act friendly on, and now what does he do? He takes actions into his own hands. Yeah, he's in his edgy phase, but you can't say that edgy phase is forced or contrived. It's like, who the hell would have done any different put in his shoes, not knowing what to do other than to take vengeance into your own hands? I'm not totally sure what's going to happen next week. I feel like the person is going to die, but I'm not totally sure where he's going to go afterward, because I don't think he's going to go with Yuji, and I don't think Yuji's going to kill him, and I think he is going to retreat, but I think there's going to be a lot of seeds of doubt planted in his mind that is going to make him fluctuate between edgy wannabe killer to someone who wants to join up with the Jujutsu sorcerers and fight alongside him. And if he ever does try to do that, I'm pretty sure Mahito's going to kill him without a second glance. So I don't know. The beginning of the episode, for like 2 minutes, we had this amazing fight that I thought for sure our boy was gonna die or something horrible, but nope, he cuts off his leg and says, hey, I'm gonna retreat now. If we ever cross swords again, let's hope this ends well for me, basically, as he gets the hell out of there. He's injured. He's not going to push it. He's going to bring back reinforcements. I think that's the most smart and interesting way to do things. Not being this like martyr saying like, oh, I'm going to take you out with me. No, this man didn't even want to work past 6 o'clock. There's no way he's going to die past 6 o'clock. So he got the hell out of there. I still am unsure if he's going to die or not, because I thought for sure this was going to be the episode. So maybe not. Hard to say for sure, but I love the just visuals and how good they are. I've mentioned it before, like how much I love the cursed drawings and how they are so distinct from the actual character models. And I've been humming and hawing what it reminds me of. And in this episode, when we see the one approach the mother behind, I realize exactly what it reminds me of. It's different, but it reminds me of Studio Shaft with Madoka Magica and Witches. It's a very distinct and unique arts and crafts style, and it feels so similar yet different with how Jujutsu Kaisen's using it, and that's why I love it so much, because it has such a Shaft feel, and it is so creepy and off-putting to the normal character models that you're witnessing. Maybe I'm the only one feeling that comparison, but it really does remind me of that in the best possible way. I definitely think when you think of how the show started off to where it's currently at with episode 11, there was an entertainment there that was unrivaled at the time. It wasn't anything crazy distinct at the start, but it had the foundation to really turn it into something. And seeing where we're now at with episode 11 and seeing the type of person who Yuji started out as, jumping in without a moment's notice to now jumping into a gymnasium that's full of passed out people and someone you wanted to be friends with now about to take a life. That's such a different idea, because if he's unable to save him, that's going to be the second time he was unable to do anything from his point of view. And it feels like it's so unnatural, it's so unnerving, and you don't know who's going to live or die. And generally in a show like this, it's very easy to predict who's going to live and die. But I can't say that with Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's one of its main selling points, I think, is that it is unpredictable, and it used that unpredictability to its advantage time and time again. Powerful episode, disappointing episode, exciting episode, hilarious episode, but sad episode. This show continues to get better with time, and honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm not sure if they're going to take a week or two break, because usually around the holidays, either on the Christmas week or the New Year's week, they generally take a break before coming back, even though this is a 2-cour that's running back to back. So either we'll get a great episode next week and take a break, or we'll have a couple more before that break. But nonetheless, this is incredible, and I am so excited for more. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. Where do you think it might go next week? Anything you're feeling, definitely let me know. If you enjoyed the video, of course, leave a like, share your support, and hit that subscribe button if you happen to be new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.